Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Well, let me show you something. Take a look at this guy, right? This is Mr. Mikaelian. He is the individual who's going to be fighting Opetaia, rumored to be in August. Now, he is the WBC cruiserweight champion. And what that means is when Jai fights him, if he wins, Jai becomes the WBC champion at cruiserweight. Now, Jai already had his IBF title taken from him, but we got some good news about that. Looks like Jai could be getting the IBF belt back. Now, Jai, who is an Australian superstar boxer, has agreed to terms for the U.S. blockbuster against Noel Mikaelian, the individual who I just showed you. Now, the only delay, which I started laughing when I came across this, is the difficult Don King. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Don King is still out here not holding his horses and taking it to the stupid, complicating things when it comes to boxing. Now, I was shocked when I heard about Don King being in the middle of all this because I didn't even know he still had fighters. But anyway, that's good news for everybody because that means that Jai, again, gets a step closer to possibly becoming undisputed. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, that just means he has one belt. What are you talking about, Hood? Well, surprise revelation. Team Opetaia have declared Saudi billionaire Turki al-Sheikh, we all know when Turkey's in the house, every day's Thanksgiving, that he's gone on record and said, hey, look, I am ready to help bankroll a massive lawsuit to help Jai Opetaia reclaim his IBF strap. Now, I'm telling you right now, he's going to get it back. Because when you start talking about money, sanctioning bodies, and that's really what spurred all the crap. Sanctioning bodies just want money. You know what I'm saying? And it's only been months since he was sensationally stripped of that strap. But anyway, he's ready for this. I'm going to call it a shocking showdown because I didn't even know that was in the works. But looks like they've already agreed on everything. You know, they've agreed to the terms. It's just the sole delay right now is just, again, Don King. You know, we know Don King is up in age. I think he's like 97. So fortunate to have lived a long life. But goddamn, boy, they say Don King is becoming even more difficult now in his older age than when he was younger. But the bottom line, it looks like he could be fighting in Las Vegas around August. Now, what makes this even more interesting is Jai Opetaia's team are very, very confident that he will be reinstated as the IBF Cruiserweight King. Now, this is my thing. Nobody's going to want to go dollar for dollar with Turki al-Sheikh when it comes to a lawsuit. Trust me, Turki al-Sheikh's not going to run out of money. So if they want to have a deep pocket battle, well, good luck with that. To me, anyone who gets into that kind of war with Turki al-Sheikh, I mean, they definitely fit the definition of taking it to the stupid. But anyway, some people were asking me, well, hey, Hood, what about Opetaia and this Chris Billum Smith? Look, I don't know what's going on with that. I just know this is what we have in front of us, him fighting for the WBC strap, and also could possibly be getting his IBF belt back. If everything works out, he wins the fight, gets his IBF belt back. Jai Opetaia will be a unified champion at cruiserweight with the IBF and WBC. And then David Benavidez, he has a WBA and WBO. And in my opinion, they're probably one fight away from the two of them coming together and scrapping. If it doesn't happen, don't blame the Osmoan, Aussie, oi, the big Uso, Jai Opetaia. It's not him. He wants to fight. He wants to unify. He wants to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? But I am glad to know that the deal is, basically it's a done deal. And Don King, was it 94, 97 or something like that? It's just Don King. Matter of fact, they even went on record and said that fight should have been locked in weeks ago. So what's going on right now is just some minor details, but they said they got over all the big hurdles, the big obstacles. There's nothing. Bottom line, they've agreed to terms. Whatever little minuscule little things that are complicating stuff is just Don King being Don King. You know what I'm saying? So the contracts should be getting signed, I think, by early next week. And then that's it, you know? But one thing for sure, if Jai Opetaia can't get back his IBF strap, it'll be frustrating. It'll be frustrating. But I think, I'm like 99% sure Jai will get it back. Because again, the sanctioning body just want to get paid. So once they come and put some money in their pocket, Jai will be reinstated. That's just how it works when it comes to boxing, the corruption of boxing, and the sanctioning bodies. They just want to get paid. You know, that's all it boiled down to. But anyway, we'll see how it all sorts itself out. That being said, more to come on this whole thing, but it's very, very interesting just to see the direction things are going with Jai Opetaia and David Benavidez. Plus, I'll let you guys know right now. There was someone saying no one in Mexico knows who David Benavidez is. The person who told me this actually lives in Mexico. Well, I'm seeing images surface of David Benavidez in Mexico, and the Mexican people, if they didn't know him before, well, if not many knew him before, well, a lot of people know him now because his name is attached to Canelo. The whole world knows who the hell Canelo is. So the bottom line is there's been a huge spotlight on David Benavidez, especially after what he did this past weekend to Zurdo Ramirez, who is actually born and raised and lives in Mexico. So David Benavidez is well known by the Mexicans, and depending on what he does, I'm hearing he's negotiating with Bivol. Then I'm hearing he's not fighting Bivol. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with David Benavidez next. But hey, how nice it would be if he says, you know what, F all this, I want to fight Jai Opetaia. That would be outstanding. But I don't think they're going to make that play. Jai Opetaia is the mega fight. That's the dream fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the big money fight right there. I don't think he's going to want to jump into that right now. He's going to want to go out there, think he's chasing legacy, then get in the ring with Jai Opetaia, especially if Jai Opetaia can get back his IBF strap and beat his opponent in August and pick up the WBC. I mean, the demand is already growing. I mean, I'm doing my part by talking about it. But there's going to be such a demand for this fight that anyone who says they have bigger fish to fry, they're going to be seen as putting duck sauce on the fried rice. You know what I'm saying? And one thing's for sure, we know it ain't going to be Jai Opetaia. Jai is ready to scrap. But one thing I'll tell you, Jai's not going to wait around. If David's not going to commit to fight, Jai's going to fight. He's on Zuffa. He think he has to fight 3 times a year or something. He wants to make money. He's not going to sit here and sideline himself for 8, 9, 10 months waiting for David Benavidez to think about what he wants to do. Because basically, again, it's going to come across like Benavidez doing what Canelo did to him, just making excuses to not fight the man. But that being said, let's wait and see how it all plays out. But that's great news that Jai could end up by the end of this year with the IBF and WBC belt. Benavidez, don't know if he's going to fight Bivol. Sounds like that's what he wants, but I'm hearing all kind of stuff like that's not going to happen. But he just said, a couple of days ago that they're talking. So I don't know where people are getting this from, that Benavidez and Jai Opetaia, that's not going to happen. I can see Benavidez waiting to see how Bivol performs, make sure Bivol doesn't lose, and then say, okay, by the September timeframe, but it's June, July, August, September. Yeah, man, by September timeframe, that's when David wants to fight next, Mexican Independence Day weekend, and he and Bivol scrap. But if not, then I don't know what's going to happen. But I tell you what, I'm watching, and I hope Jai and Benavidez come together and fight. This talk about Benavidez going up to fight Usyk, once Usyk's team said, hey, we'd be interested in that fight, I could understand if Benavidez just skipped Opetaia and went after Usyk. I mean, Usyk's not going to be around forever, and that's the ultimate. Now, I'm not saying Benavidez beats Usyk. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying go where the money's at. But if Bival's not there, the Usyk fight's not there, then Benavidez, in my opinion, really should be looking at Jai Opetaia. Because to me, that's a huge fight. Of course, he can get bigger, but that's a huge fight for him. And for those saying, man, Benavidez is too small for Opetaia, Opetaia just looking to cherry pick Benavidez. Stop. Benavidez has openly said he cuts like 50 pounds just to get down to fighting weight. Like 20 pounds when the fight gets signed, and then going into training, and when they start training camp, he drops another 20. Then like fight week, he drops another 10. So he was cutting like 50 pounds to get down to weight. Now, I don't know if that was talking about 168 or 175. The bottom line, he was cutting a lot of weight. So I understand how people saying David Benavidez is the weight bully. But again, I just, when I look at him, I look at Jai Opetaia. David Benavidez, his hand speed, that could be what makes the difference. But I just, outside of the hand speed, he does have power. I just don't see him being able to have the kind of success on Jai Opetaia that he's had on other fighters. And I say that respectfully. Like I'm telling you, I understand how great David Benavidez is. He's a bad boy. But I just think Jai, he's not going to be denied. You can just see that about him. Anyway, more to come on these two. But that's actually good news. Actually very good news. But when you look at the movements, right, you can see they're trying to move Jai and David Benavidez a step closer to fighting each other. The fact that they're trying to line up Jai with 2 belts. I mean, what other reason could there be for them to be making this strong push to have Jai by the end of the year as a unified champion at cruiserweight? I mean, come on, man. The damn blind person can see what the hell's going on. And we all know, again, with turkeys in the house, every day is Thanksgiving. So let's see how it plays out, man. Anyway, more info to come. Get some more updates. You know, I'm always reading. I got to start watching a bit more interviews. And then I'll share that with y'all. With that being said, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.